At this time, I'd like to call the March 30th special call town meeting to order. Could we please stand for the pledge and the I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, again, we thank you so much for leading us and guiding us tonight, that we make the right decisions for all the citizens of Nashville. Amen. Amen. Okay.
Okay, Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we continue two of the items on our agenda.
Okay.
The shipping container ordinance and the economic development agreement for Braswell Farms.
Do I hear all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. At this time, next on our item is the meeting minutes for March 12th. Did you special call council meeting? Did you find any corrections to those minutes? If not, do I hear a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
There's second.
Second.
All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
The next minutes were approval for March 3rd, 2026. It's in the regular council meeting. Did you find any corrections that need to be made on those minutes? If not, do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
We have one that would like to speak for public comments, and then we have some for when we have our open public hearing. Mr. Chris Sandy.
Chris Sandy, 720 South Body Street, Nashville. We postponed the shipping container ordinance thing once again. I'm just curious of why. It takes a lot of time and energy on my part to arrange people to be here, people to be viewing the meeting and all that sort of thing. So it's a lot of cost for me to arrange that and then unarrange it and all that sort of thing. So I'm just curious what's going on there.
Can I legally tell him?
Yes.
Our attorney that was reviewing it and everything had a family emergency Saturday. So that's why we had to.
All right. Well, anyway, that's all I was saying. It adds a lot of cost to me to keep on again.
I'm
off again.
sorry.
And now it's dragged out till May.
But we can't control that, and I hope we'll be able to do it in May.
All right.
Everything
Thank
will be
you.
fine. Thank you. Then we'll move on to our new business, the conditional rezoning for 608 Weston Avenue.
Hey, Mayor and Council, that's page 66 in your packet. And once again, good evening to everybody up there on the council chamber podium. Tonight we have conditional zoning 2026-03. Mr. Michael Hurt has submitted on behalf of Hurt LLC the request to rezone the property located at 608 Western Avenue from R10 to conditional zoning non-residential O&I. The subject property is 9.47 acres tract with road access off Western Avenue. The property once was a 2,102 square foot, 3-bedroom, 1-bath, single-family dwelling. Notice of required public hearing were put in the Town of Nashville Graphic on May 12th, 19th, and 26th. Informative letters were also mailed out to 92 property owners in the 500-foot radius. If you flip over,
You said March, same.
March.
You said May.
I mean March.
Yeah.
I'm a month ahead.
Yes.
May's a good month. That's my birthday month. That's probably why. If you turn to page number 68 in your packet, you will see that Mr. Hurt and his staff also presented the rezoning map for the property, which is 9.47 acres. You will see on 69, the meets and bounds as we request. Mr. Hurt's staff also presented to us for this evening the list of everybody who received a letter. If you turn to 72 in your packet, that is the letter that did go out on March the 9th. And in 73 in your packet is the letter of certification and notice of delivery from the planning director stating that on March the 9th, 2026, we did mail out letters to inform the public of the planning board meeting and town council. 74 and 75 is the application, and we've already gone to application before. So we'll jump right over to number 78 as we stated. Mr. Michael Hurt is here to request a conditional rezoning of the property 608 Western Avenue from R10 to CZNR O&I for 2 uses. Those uses are office and financial service. We classify that as professional office space and government land use. If you look north of the property, it is R10, multifamily, and R6. South of the property is B1, vacant wetland area, which is Stony Creek Park. East of the property is R10, a residential neighborhood. West of the property, heading back towards to the town hall and the Nashville Junction, is R10 and R6, residential neighborhood. The council knows the definitions of R10 and conditional zone and non-residential. So as we always say every month, there's no need for us to go back down those roads. In our 2021 Nashville Comprehensive Plan, this property was slated for neighborhood services. Neighborhood services preferred use is retail, professional service, restaurants, offices, institutional uses, and government facilities. As we stated earlier, Mr. Hurt is asking for only office and financial service, professional office space, and government land use for the 9.47 acre tract. If you turn to page number 80 in your packet, you will see a picture of the former 3-bedroom, 1-bath, single-family dwelling. Page 81, you see the Nash County GIS of the property stating that it is R10. If you look at your notes above that, you will see that the property was slated for neighborhood service in the comp plan, and its property will be contiguous with the adjacent zoning district of the zoning map and will be consistent with the future land use if we decide to rezone it. If we jump over to page number 82 for the project history, right under the future land use map, as we stated, Matt Gain Associates, on behalf of Michael Hurt, who is here tonight, Mr. Hurt, to represent her LLC, his LLC, submitted application on Tuesday, January the 20th from R10 to O&I. The Town of Nashville Planning Board held a public hearing on this matter on February 24th. During the public hearing, 3 residents came up to speak against the rezoning request. That evening, board member Walter Harper made a motion to approve the rezoning request, with board member Dennis Evans seconded. The motion passed unanimously 3-0. The Town of Nashville Planning Board voted in favor of the rezoning request and prepared a statement consisting for the approval, stating that this rezoning does align with the Town of Nashville future land use map and comprehensive plan, and improving it would follow the recommendations of all applicable plans the town has on file for rezoning. That evening on March 3rd, 2026, this came before the town council. 5 residents came up and spoke against the rezoning request. At that meeting, the town council asked the applicant, Mr. Mike Tolson, would he withdraw the request and refile for conditional rezoning, which he did do. The property can be serviced by town water and sewer. As we stated earlier, 92 property owners received a letter within 500 radius on Saturday, March 9th. The original was 105, but 14 of those properties were owned by the town of Nashville. The rezoning sign was posted on the property February the 4th. Legal notice was advertised again for March 12th, 19th, and 26th for the planning board special call public hearing town hall meeting. The front door poster of the new announcement for March 9th at the town hall and the Harold D. Cooley Library and the Parks and Recreation Center. The town TRC did meet on the conditional rezoning request on January 27th, 2026. As we stated, the subject property front portion is not located in the floodplain. The rear portion that abuts to the town of Nashville land is in the 501-year floodplain. The subject property is not located in the Upper Stony Creek watershed. The subject property is not located in North Carolina DEQ water supply watershed. We said it earlier, this subject property is slated for neighborhood services. During the February 24, 2026 public hearing for the planning board, 3 residents came up to speak out against the rezoning this property request. To speak against the rezoning request, the planning board had even voted to approve the rezoning request for R10 to O&I. March 3rd, the planning board hearing was held again on this matter in the town council, and it was withdrawn. The town of Nashville planning board held another public hearing on March 24th. During the public hearing, 5 members of the public came up and spoke against the apartments, but were okay with the request used for the requested by Mr. Hurt, getting a clear understanding of those uses. Board member Walter Harper made a motion that night to approve the conditional rezoning request with the development of additional conditions. It was also seconded that evening by board member Ross Strickland, and they asked me tonight to prepare the statement consistent to give to the town council. Also that evening, Mr. Hurt did verbally commit to the development conditions imposed by the staff. As we stated, this is not spot zoning because such a property will be rezoned to CZNR O&I, where the town of Nashville future land use and comprehensive plan uses allowed. The only use the property will be asked for right now is office financial service, professional office space, government land use. Any other use would have to come back before the planning board and town council for the amendment, and the subject property is in harmony with the use requested. The property has road frontage off the Western Avenue. As we stated, TRC did meet January 27th. They recommend approval of the conditional zoning with the staff recommendation, staff development conditions. And we will go over those conditions that the staff decided to put on this property. The subject property shall only be requested for the use applied for, office financial service, government land use. The applicant will be required to get a zoning permit issued by the town of Nashville for the change of use. Significant or substantial modifications or revisions to the approved site plan may require additional review by the town of Nashville TRC. Any new use change will be brought back to the town of Nashville Planning Board and Town Council for the amendment purpose where the approved vote will be needed. And the conditional zoning map amendment shall be invalid unless or until the applicant practically consents to the attached development conditions. Mayor and council, that is the town staff's agenda report. Mr. Hurt is here to entertain or answer any questions that you may provide to him. I will yield back to you, Mayor. You can bring up Mr. Hurt, then we can open up the public hearing, Mayor.
Okay, Mr. Hart, would you like to come and take counsel? Do you have any questions for Mr. Hart?
Mr. Hurt, do you contest that the agenda report was given to the best of your knowledge by staff, sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Any questions?
Pretty straightforward.
So it is, it really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I appreciate you coming anyway.
Yes, ma'am.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
At this time, do I hear a motion to open the public hearing?
Move to open public hearing.
Is there a second?
Second.
At this time, Kenneth Fly.
Kenneth Fly, 728 Westview Court. Just want to state the record here. I'm very happy with the compromise that we've come up with. One thing I would like to see, I know you said in the future if he wants to come up with different land uses, he still's got to come. I would like to see that put in writing about like no 3-story apartments with this current one here. But as far as the harmony in the neighborhood, as long as he sticks to the guidelines and the ones that he's trying to do now, I don't see no problem with it.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Fly. And then Patrick.
Good evening.
Good
That's
evening.
Patrick Butler, 525 Westwood Circle. I don't remember how many times I've been here, but it goes all the way back to 2000 to this year. I'm happy with where we're at, but just like Mr. Fly, I really am opposed to the multi apartments that were initially proposed. And I know, I mean, this is a good compromise. I just feel like I'm going to be back here in a little while to talk about those apartments again, because this opens the door, you know, with O&I conditional. So then there'll be a request later to remove those conditions and put those apartments back. And that would cause a big hubbub with the community. And it should be a lot of folks here from my area, but I think they're just suffering from meeting fatigue at this point. But with that said, with everything represented the way it is tonight, I'm fine with that. I'm just very opposed to the apartment type stuff that was initially proposed with this.
Thanks for sharing.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Anybody else would like to speak? If not, do I hear a motion to come out of the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Do I hear a motion to approve, deny, table, or take no action on this ordinance 2026-07?
We would ask also, council, if you're going to approve the rezoning, we would ask you to also adopt the development conditions that we imposed on the applicant that he has agreed to.
Now, the development conditions are 1 through 5, which are listed in here.
That is correct.
Can you possibly read those, just for the record?
That is no problem. We will ask the applicant. The subject property shall be only the requested use that has been applied for, office and financial service, professional office space, and government land use. Prior to any change of use, the applicant must comply with the following permits: a zoning permit issued by the town of Nashville. Significant or substantial modifications or revisions to the approved site plan may require additional review by the town of Nashville TRC, Technical Review Committee. Any new use or change will be brought back to the town of Nashville Planning Board and Town Council for an amendment where an approved vote will be needed. And the conditional zoning map amendment shall be invalid unless or until the practitioner consents to all detached development conditions.
Yeah.
And Sean, can we clarify for the record that government land use does not include housing.
That is correct. Government land use is if the county wants to use it for a park and recreation center, if the sheriff department wants to use it for a substation, fire department wants to use it, the town wants to use it. If anybody, federal government, he can rent it to any one of those.
Any other questions?
I just have a correction, in the,
What page are you on? huh?
85
Okay.
and 86. So
Okay.
in either one of those approvals, it says that our future land use map has this property slated for medium-density residential, but the rezoning would allow growth in a controlled manner. So I think we just have to correct that to slated for neighborhood services, and the rezoning of the property in this conditional way would allow for growth in a controllable manner.
That's correct, Councilwoman Burns. I did miss that on my end right there, but that's correct. This is neighborhood service, not medium density.
In that case, I'll make a motion that we approve this, and based on the fact that our future land use map shows that the property is slated for neighborhood services, and the rezoning of this property would be allowing for growth in a controllable way.
Is there a second?
A second.
All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And Mr. Hurt, you do approve of those conditions as always? Thanks, sir.
I think that concludes everything on our agenda, since we had, couldn't cover some things tonight due to. So, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
I think this is the shortest meeting we ever had. Mr. Hart, I need to see you
We had a
one
big-
minute.